All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. It's actually kind of wild when you stop and think about it. How exactly do we take a literal rock, specifically silicon, and somehow teach it to think, using absolutely nothing but binary zeros and ones? I mean, we all know digital electronics rely entirely on those two little digits, right? But today, we're going to pop the hood. We're going to see exactly how those super simple numbers physically transform into the insanely complex digital world we interact with every single day. So here's the big question. If your computer only fundamentally understands a 0 or a 1, how does a processor actually make a decision? How does it know if the password you just typed is correct? Or think about your phone. How does it instantly recognize your fingerprint when, deep down, it's just processing raw binary inputs? How on earth does an incredibly complex AI accelerator do its math? Well, it turns out the secret to the whole shebang lies in one incredibly simple physical concept, the logic gate. So what exactly are we talking about here? Basically, a logic gate is an electronic circuit. It's built using tiny, microscopic switches called transistors. You can think of these gates as tiny little decision-making machines. They take in binary inputs, zeros and ones, apply a very strict set of predefined rules, and then spit out a binary output. And here is the absolutely crucial thing to remember. They aren't software. These are actual physical hardware circuits literally answering simple logical questions. Okay, let's dive into the very first of these predefined rules, the AND gate. Now, engineers map these behaviors out using what they call truth tables. Please don't let the name intimidate you. It's honestly just like the strict rules of a game where every single condition has to be met if you want to win. For an AND gate, input A and input B must both be a 1 for the output to be a 1. If even a single input is a 0, boom, the output is 0. It is completely an all-or-nothing requirement. To really ground this, just imagine a highly secure server room. Condition 1, an access card has to be detected. Condition 2, a fingerprint has to be verified. That door simply refuses to open unless both of those conditions are perfectly true at the exact same time. That everyday physical security requirement, that's a perfect real-world representation of a digital AND operation happening right there in the hardware. Now, moving on, the OR gate operates with a way more forgiving set of rules. If you think about its truth table, the OR gate only needs a single true input to trigger a positive output. So if input A is 1, or input B is 1, or hey, if both are 1, the output is going to be a 1. The only time it actually fails and outputs a 0 is if absolutely nothing is triggered. Pretty easy going, right? It's actually really cool when you compare these two logic flows directly. You've got the super strict all conditions required rule of the AND gate up against the highly flexible, at least one condition rule of the OR gate. Think of a smart home lighting setup. Let's say a light turns on if motion is detected in the room, or if someone physically presses the wall switch. Either condition, all on its own, is enough to activate the light bulb. That is the OR logic at work. Next up, we have the rebel of the bunch, the NOT gate. Unlike the others, the NOT gate literally only has one single input. Its entire job in life is just to reverse whatever signal it receives. So a 0 goes in, a 1 comes out. A 1 goes in, a 0 comes out. Because of this, you'll often hear it called an inverter. It creates some really clever behaviors. Like think of an automatic outdoor light that turns on only when its sensor detects that it is extremely dark out. It simply flips the reality it receives. And, this brings us to the sheer, unbelievable scale of modern computing. Individual gates are cool and all, but real digital systems combine millions of them together. It's like a giant puzzle. Just as individual letters combine to form words, and words combine to form massive books, simple logic gates combine to form circuits. Those circuits form the complex processors that run our lives. This highly complex decision-making emerges rapidly from these incredibly simple building blocks. Which brings us to some slightly more complex combinations, starting with the NAND gate. NAND literally just means not and. It takes the result of a regular AND gate and simply inverts it. But here is the wild part. The NAND gate is what's considered a universal gate, meaning you can literally build an entire, fully functioning computer processor using nothing but millions of these NAND gates wired together. No way, right? But it's absolutely true. And just like its sibling, we have the NOR gate, which stands for not or. It performs an OR operation and then, you guessed it, inverts that final result. And much like the NAND gate, the NOR gate is another incredibly important universal building block. Having this kind of flexibility allows engineers to construct massive, highly complex digital systems entirely out of this one specific type of gate, if they ever needed to. Okay, now let's explore one of the absolute most useful logic functions in all of computing, the XOR gate, or exclusive OR. The strict rule here is that it outputs a 1 only when the inputs are completely different from each other. If both are 0 or both are 1, it outputs a 0. By comparing two values just to see if they differ, the XOR gate makes things like error detection, digital communication, and incredibly secure password encryption completely possible. It's a real game changer. And naturally, we have its exact opposite, the XNOR gate, or exclusive NOR. This provides a really clear, direct opposition. While the XOR gate flags whenever differences occur, the XNOR gate serves as the ultimate equality checker. It only spits out a positive 1 when the inputs perfectly match each other, so either both zeros or both ones. Simple as that. All right, let's shift gears to arithmetic and see how all this builds into the math that computers are so famous for. Computers perform all calculations using these exact same logic gates. For example, a basic half-adder circuit adds two binary digits together using an XOR gate to calculate the sum and an AND gate to manage the carryover. So basic mathematical addition emerges directly from these tiny physical gates, creating structural arithmetic units that exist millions of times over in your modern processor. But here's the thing. Computers don't just calculate stuff in real time. They have to actually remember things, right? Well, logic gates combine in these incredibly clever loops to actively store data. By wiring certain gates together, engineers create latches, flip-flops, registers, and memory cells. This absolutely proves that even a computer's memory, the physical place where your files and apps are sitting right now, is ultimately just built from physical logic loops. It is so essential to just take a quick step back and appreciate the staggering scale of this. Whether it's a CPU executing basic instructions or a massive GPU doing parallel math for gaming, we are talking about billions of these simple logic gate operations occurring every single second. To put that into perspective, the device you are using to listen to this explainer right now is physically flipping these tiny transistor gates billions of times a second just to bring you this exact moment. Mind-blowing. And obviously, it's not just inside your phone or computer. Let's ground all this high-speed tech with an everyday physical example. Traffic management systems. A traffic light turning green can simply be a series of logic gates checking conditions. Is the pedestrian crossing inactive? And is the cross traffic completely stopped? If both are a 1, boom, output a 1 to turn the traffic light green. Simple logic gates are out there keeping pedestrians and cars completely safe every single day. Now, before we wrap this up, let's quickly clear up a few common beginner mistakes. First off, don't blindly memorize those truth tables we were talking about. Really try to internalize the real-world logic behind them. Second, and honestly most importantly, logic gates are physical electronic hardware circuits. They're absolutely not software. Also, never underestimate simple gates, considering entire modern processors are built from them. And finally, don't fall for the hype that artificial intelligence operates on some entirely different magical hardware. Even massive AI accelerators critically rely on these exact same logic gates. When we zoom all the way out, it really reveals this monumental big picture. From the raw silicon of tiny transistors, up to logic gates, to arithmetic circuits and memory, all the way up to full cloud processors and massive artificial intelligence models. Absolutely every single digital innovation in the modern era fundamentally traces back to these incredibly basic binary building blocks. So it leaves us with a truly mind-bending question to consider. Just how many billions of these tiny physical decisions are happening deep inside your device right at this very second? Understanding logic gates really means understanding the absolute bedrock foundation of our entire digital world. I really hope this explainer sheds some light on the hardware magic happening inside our screens. In our upcoming explainer, we're going to continue this journey by diving deeply into flip-flops and exactly how computers use these gates to actually remember information. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and stay curious.